welcome to another session on the Dojo Online. So today we're going to be looking at blocks and counters. So we're going to start straight away. Ready? Get yourself in yoi. So when we're doing blocks and counters, which are used for kumite or sparring, we're generally going to be moving back, and in this session that's what we're going to look at. We're going to be looking at moving back, blocking, and then striking afterwards. We're going to keep it real simple to start with. We're going to step back and block Gyaku. So imagine we've got a punch coming straight to our head. We're going to step back and block up Gyaku. So my opposite arm and opposite leg, step back. Ready? Ich. Then come back to yoi. Ni. Side. San. Yoi. Shi. Yoi. Go. Yoi. Rock. And yoi. Sich. Yoi and ash. Good. So now we're going to step back and we're going to block Gidan Brai, lower sweeping block, step back, Gidan Brai, lower sweeping block. You ready? Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Rock, Sich, Ash. Go back to Yoi. So now we're going to step back and block Sotoki, outside to inside block. Sotoki, outside to inside block. You ready? Ich, go back to Yoi, Ni. So we're stepping back, opposite arm to opposite leg, so I'm moving. San, but we have same arm, same leg forwards. Yoi, shi, yoi, go, yoi, rock, sich, and ash. Go back to yoi. From there, this time we do uchuki, inside, outside block, inside, outside block. You ready? Ich, yoi, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, ash. Go up to yoi. So make sure when you're stepping back and doing these blocks that this front knee isn't dropping in. Make sure you've got a slight rotation of the knee going out, but the knee is above the ankle here and the hip's in line with that. So I'm not like this. You see there, I'm not like got a nice line there. I've got the knee over the ankle and the hip behind the knee. I'm nicely there balanced. I'm not leaning over to my right leg more or leaning over to my left leg more. I'm nicely in the middle here, and that's what you're looking for. So what I suggest now is to pause the video and go back through, just making sure you're checking those. We'll do a couple on each block, check that we're doing it, and then we're going to move on to the counter strike part. So I'm going to step back and do Gyaku Ich. So just check here that knee is in the right place. Yoi, knee, check that knee over that ankle and over that hip. San, Shi. Good. So now Gidan Brai. Ich. So watch that knee hasn't come in when you do Gidan Brai. Think about pushing it out. Yoi. Ni. San. Shi. That's Yoi. Now Sotoki. Ich. Make sure here you don't turn this one in. It's easy to turn that knee in on. Ni. San. Shi. Go back to yoi. Now from there, uchuki, inside outside block. Ich. Again, watch you haven't done this. You're blocking out. You are turning your body away from the block, but you're keeping reasonably straight on and you're keeping your stance over towards that front leg as well. Okay? Ni. San. Shi. And get a yoi. So you might want to stop the video there and go back through all that and just check that that knee's in the right place. If not, we're going to carry on to counters. So from here, what we're doing, I'm going to just change my angle so you can see. We're now going to step back and block our Gyaku in the Zenkutsu stance, then hit Gyaku Zuki, reverse punch. So we're stepping back in Zenkutsu because this is the basic way first, but we're also thinking from a kumite way. And this is really good practice for ippon kumite people. But for anyone doing kumite, this is a good practice. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to do Gyaku rising block as I step back, Gyaku Zuki. Ready? Ich, hit Gyaku, followed by Gyaku Zuki. Come back, think about that front knee. Other side, knee. Make sure that front knee is over that ankle. Gyaku Zuki. Yoi. San, block up, Gyaku Zuki. Shi, block up, Gyaku Zuki. Go, block up, Gyaku Zuki. Rock. Sich. And ash. And go back to yoi. So we'll do them again. So we step back and block, and then Gyaku Zuki. Ready? Ich. Back. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Sich. ash, and go back to yoi. So we're going to keep with Gyaku Zuki as the counter at the moment. So now I'm going to step back, Gidan Brai, Gyaku Zuki. Gidan Brai, Gyaku Zuki. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi. Make sure here you don't pull this knee back here when you punch. Don't do this. Okay, keep the weight over that front leg. Keep the knee above the ankle. Shi, go, rock, sich. Make sure that hand's going over the head. So yeah, ash, so make sure it's coming right up to that head. Don't bring it here, underneath, over that shoulder. So we're going to do block, counter, Gidan Brai. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, ash, ke, one more, je, and go to yoi. So there's Gidan Brai with a counter Gyaku Zuki. So this time we do Sotuuki Gyaku Zuki. So I'm going to change my angle for you to see. So you can step back, Sotuuki, making sure this knee isn't dropping in. Make sure it's over the front foot, Gyaku Zuki. I'll drop back, Sotuuki, knee over the front foot, Gyaku Zuki, okay? Ich, so Sotuuki Gyaku Zuki. Knee, so watch you don't turn that front leg in, okay? San, so don't do this. Bend yourself, make sure you're staying upright. Shi, go, rock, sich, block right across yourself, and ash, and get a yoi. So now from this angle you should be able to see a little bit better. Watch that knee doesn't drop in, and watch you don't just drop, block to the center, block to the outside of you. Okay, ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, ash, and go to yoi. Then our final one to link up with that Gyaku Zuki is Uchuki, inside outside block. So ready? So I'm going to do it from this angle again. Step back, Uchuki, Gyaku Zuki. Again I come back, Uchuki, Gyaku Zuki. So from here, ich. So as I go back, this hand comes back to my hip. Ni, to keep it basic, okay? San, shi, come back to that hip. Go, rock, sich, ash, and go back to for the next set. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, and ash. So there we've done a real basic thing, constantly stepping back, blocks into Gyaku Zuki. So now what we do is we're looking at any sort of counter strike. So this time we're going to do Mae front kick. So we're going to step back and do our block. So this is the main thing. If I can get this, then I can counter strike. If I don't go and get this and I'm all over the place, I'm not set to go. So if I'm stepping back and I'm maybe all skew with here like that, then I'm not ready to do any technique back. So what I'm trying to develop here is a good step back, straight into stance, a good block, whichever one I'm doing, so I'm then ready, empowered for my next strike, whatever that is. So when you're doing this, try and make sure you're hitting that stance. It's key. Don't just go here. Make real short steps. Make sure they're long, decent steps, okay? So from there, we're going to add in Mae geri this time. So stepping back, starting with Agyuki. So we step back, ich. Now hit Mae geri front kick off the back leg. Ni, so bring myself into guard, control myself back. Go to yoi. Ni, so block up, and then kick it. So kick, and then I come back. San, so I'm not going to leave this arm up when I kick. Not going to be here. I'm going to kick, because kick should be done in Jaidachi. And here, I come back to my stance. Shi, so I block. Now I'm going to kick and take it back to my stance, so I'm ready. Go. Right. Rock. Sich. Ash. And come back. Okay, so we change our stance, we'll change our positioning. Ready? So ich, Agyuki, Mae geri, come back. So now try and make them connect a bit more. Knees, so block, straight with a kick, come back. But the connection doesn't need to be quick, it just needs to be together. So what do I mean by that? I could do it like this. I could be continuous in my movement, steady pace, steady pace. There was no real pause between what I'm doing. Or I could do a really poor version like that and go where there was no technique in there. Or I could be really fast, pause and wait, which we don't want, then kick fast. Be much better to do the first option I gave you, the first one. So I step back, steady pace, and I kick steady pace, because what's happening is I'm building up the ability to block and then come straight off of that leg. I'm not going block, wait, then kicking. I'm building my body to go. I'm going to block and get into this stance, and when I'm in that stance, I'm then ready to push off that back foot and kick into my technique, okay? So on number 3 now. San, Gyaku, Mae, geri. Come back. Shi, Gyaku, Mae, geri. Go. Rock, so block, kick. Sich. Ash. And go back to yoi. So again, from this angle, you ready? Ich, so block up, Gyaku, kick, Mae, geri. Come back. Knee, block, kick. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Sich. And ash. Good. So now what we'll do from there is Gidan Brai, Mae, geri. Pulling our hands up in between. You ready? Ich. So Gidan Brai, Mae, geri. Come back. Knee. So Gidan Brai, Mae, geri. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Sich. Ash. Good. And change my stance so you can see from a different angle. Ready? Ich. Block. Kick. Knee. San. Hands come up in between. Shi. Block. Gidan Brai. Hands up. Mae, geri. Go. Rock. Sich. And ash. Good. So this time we do Sotoki Mae, geri, okay? I'm going to start from this angle. Ready? Step back, Sotoki in stance. Fire that Mae, geri. Come back. Knees. Sotoki Mae, geri. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Sich. And ash. Good. From there, again, same thing. Sotoki Mae, geri. Ich. Sotoki Mae, geri, and back. Knee. She block right across. San. Sit right across for that block. Then kick. Shi. So block. Pull my hands forwards as I kick. San. I think I've skipped a couple there. I think we're on rock. Rock. Sich. And ash. And you can notice when I'm kicking, I'm pulling myself back to stance. I'm not just kicking and letting it drop out, or kicking here and flopping it down. I'm kicking, controlling it back, or I'm kicking, controlling it forwards. For kumite, especially ippon kumite, if you're doing something like that, you're going to look to kick and bring it back. So in kumite here, if I'm doing something like ippon kumite, I'm going to block, strike, take it back into stance, I'm set, rather than landing right next to them. So now we've got Uchuki to do, okay? So we're going to step back, Uchuki, ich. Now Mae, geri, knee. Good. Knee, Uchuki, Mae, geri. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Sich. Hands come back up. Ash. Good. I'm going to change my angle so you can see. Next 8, ready? Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Sich. And ash. So there's putting together our first 4 blocks and using two real simple counters, so Gyaku Zuki and Mae geri. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add in doing any technique you'd like to after the block. So you might want to do Gyaku geri side kick, Mawashi geri here, Urama wash, Yushiri geri. It's up to you. So I want us to go through, we're going to go through each block and we're going to try some different counters. If you're a lower grade, stick with Gyaku Zuki and Mae geri and make them work really well. But if you're a higher grade, we can think about what we're going to kick or different technique we're going to do afterwards. I want you to either think Gyaku Zuki or a kick, kicking off the back leg. So when we're doing, I want you to think more about kicking off the back leg for this session. We'll come on to front leg kicks in another class. And if you're not sure on any of the kicks, look at our kick videos as well. So we're going to start from here doing Agyuki. So we're going to step back, Agyuki edge. So now I want you to think of a counter you could do. So we've done kick and front, reverse punch and front kick. Maybe try something different. So I'm going to do a Gyaku geri. So I kick Gyaku geri and land through. Okay? And what I'm looking for is to land in stance, whether you're forwards or backwards, landing in stance. So now I'm going to go to the other side. Knee. So here, so I'm going to do Gyaku geri again. I'm going to control it and bring it back this time. I'm going to do yoi, Agyuki again. San, so block. Remember, you choose your technique you're going to do. So I'm doing side kicks at the moment. Back. Sheep. So I'm blocking Agyuki. I'm going up and through, kicking that side kick. Okay. From there, you step back again. Here, come up and through and kick and bring it back. Knee. So block and kick. Bring it back. San, block Agyuki and kick and bring it back. Sheep, so block and kick and bring it back. So there I was using Gyaku geri side kick, but you don't need to. You can use Mawashi geri, use Urama wash, Yushiri geri, mix it up, change it up, try different techniques, try ones that you know, and even try a few that maybe you don't, that you've learned in the kick videos. So have a little go through. So from here, what we do is I want you to step back and do Sotoki. I want you to think of either doing the same counter or a different counter for it, okay? So from here, it's a Sotoki. Here, I'm going to do my Mawashi geri now. Mawashi geri roundhouse kick. Come back, knee, so Sotoki. From here, Mawashi geri roundhouse kick for me. San, Sotoki, you choose what technique you can do. Good. Sheep, so block Sotoki and come up. I'm coming back, but look, whatever I'm doing, I'm coming back to a stance. Do a few more. Go, so Sotoki, and then you might change it, so you might do Mae geri. Come back to yoi. From there, rock, so block Sotoki. I'm making sure I've got a good stance, good block, and then kick. Good. So I've gone back to Mawashi geri on that one. Come back, sit, so I block Sotoki. From here, Gyaku Zuki. So I've changed it to Gyaku Zuki. And one more, so Sotoki, Gyaku Zuki. So I did Gyaku Zuki on either side there. But again, just showing you can mix it up and make up what you're going to do. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to do Gidan Barai, lower sweeping block. Okay. So from here, step back, Gidan Barai. Now for me, I'm going to go. Oh, I feel like I want to do an Urama wash. So I'm going to come through, Urama wash, geri. Okay. Knee on the other side. So Gidan Barai, back leg comes up through. I'm through. There's my Urama wash. But again, you do the technique that's most possible for you. San, so block Gidan Barai. Up and through. Sheep, Gidan Barai. Rock. Sitch. Ash. Kur. And Jer. So again, I'm not worried about what counter you're doing, I'm worried about you connecting block counter. So rather than always thinking about techniques, think about concepts. And the concept we're trying to get in this video is that I'm going to move away, block, and come straight back with a counter. That's the immediate effect we want from this. To go, right, when I block, I come out with a counter, I come with a technique. My next step is I want to step back into a solid stance, block, and be ready to go. That's like my next step. So if I've got the whole block strike, I want to think block, it's sat in that stance, strike here. So I'm ready to go. And at the moment I'm thinking about block, and then can I strike off the back part of the body? So as we're doing basics, so can I strike off the back arm, back leg? So now we're on to Uchuki, inside outside block. Ready? So from here, step back and Uchuki. So from here, I'm getting, oh, I feel like that front foot wants to turn in. So now turn and hit your shirigeri. Again, it's up to you what technique you do. You could just do Gyaku Zuki or Mae geri. Ni, so uchuki, turn. San, so uchuki, then you counter. Shi, go. Rock, sich, and ash, and through. So we've done our 4 blocks: Gyaku, Sotoki, geri, and uchuki, and we've put in variant counters. Like I said, we could go Gyaku, Gyaku Zuki, Gyaku, Mae geri, Gyaku, Yoki geri, Gyaku, Mawashi geri, Gyaku, Yushira geri, or Gyaku and Uramoshi geri. Yeah. So you can choose what counter you're doing and develop it and practice that counter, and then go back to the blocks. So what we're going to do now to finish off this first episode on blocks and counters, we're going to just go through doing our blocks, and we're going to try and do a different counter each time. So for some of you, you might only have 2 counters, that's fine, but try and mix up which one you do. Try and mix them up when you do it. Maybe do Mae geri, then Gyaku Zuki, Gyaku Zuki. Or do Mae geri, Gyaku Zuki, Mae geri, Gyaku Zuki. And just mix up what you're doing. For everyone else, try and add in different counters, okay? So from here, we're going to do 8 on each block, and then we're finished for this first video. Ready? Starting with Gyaku. It's a Gyaku counter, okay? Ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, ash. Good. So there we did Gyaku, and I went through quite a few different counters, and that's fine. Obviously, for me, doing lots of different counters is what I do. But if you want to just stick with 1 or 2 counters, make them really good, they're going to be the ones that do you best. Rather than knowing lots of counters, better to know 1 counter really well and be ready to do it. So now we're going to move on to geri, lower sweeping block. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, and ash. But whatever counter I've done, I've tried to land in a good stance, a good technique. So now on to Sotoki, outside to inside block. Ready? Ready? Ich, ni, and there's nothing wrong. San, we're keeping it simple. Shi, go, rock, sich, and maybe just adding in something different towards the end. Ash, just to try it. So there, I did 6 Gyaku Zukis, made the Gyaku Zukis really good, make sure the connection between Sotoki and Gyaku Zuki are good. So then I've got that one down, and then I've just added 2 on to progress myself a little bit at the end. So I did some Mae geris, just to make it different and give me a different option, but also start working in those other techniques. One thing, think of it like music. Think of it, don't make it Sotoki quick, pause, punch quick. Try and keep it rhythmical, try and keep it smooth. So block, and that punch comes straight after that block, like we did in the MMA connections, the striking connections. Here, 1, big weight, then strike, isn't that great? Even if it's fast, think more smooth. 1, 2. Here, smooth, I block and counter strike straight away. So now we're going to finish off with uchuki, inside outside block. You ready? Ich. So start steady if you want. Ni, san, striking off that back leg. Shi, go, rock, sich, ash, and through. So I'd advise that you go through and do the techniques you really know well and do them first, and then start building up those other techniques like Uramoshi geri and Yushira geri, etc. And that last one, Yushira Uramoshi geri, the spinning hook kick. Add them in as you get better, but make sure you've got your bread and butter block strike. Sometimes just doing quick 1, 2 is what you need to do. Okay, sometimes getting that leg up and kicking in time takes a long time, gives the opportunity for them to strike. Sometimes you just need to be a quick strike especially when you're sparring, just to keep the person at bay or to score the point. Don't always think it needs to be the really difficult stuff. The simplicity works really well. But good job, warriors. Hopefully I'll see you in video 2 of this, looking at how we're going to move to the side and develop that kumite more. Right, thank you very much.